this, it's time for you to get over that bad breakup. So come on in the room and let's heal. Hey beautiful people, it's Royalty to you and welcome to my channel. So today we're going to talk about how to get over a bad breakup. And there is a saying which says, in order to get over one thing, get under another thing, or in order to get over a man, get under a man, or in order to get over a woman, get under a woman. But Queen, it's time to heal. And the healing isn't so you can attract someone else into your life. It's so you can attract you. That's right. I want you to heal so that you can discover the beauty, the essence, the glory, the gift that is inside of you. I want you to discover yourself and connect with yourself and find yourself again. I want you to heal because you deserve it, and not because you're trying to prepare yourself for someone else. So today we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of this, and I want to share with you ways that you can heal. First thing is you have to really forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for the mistakes that you've made, the things that you've done that maybe have been self-sabotaging or has brought pain to your life. Forgive yourself for judging an error, right? Inviting people in your life that was no good for you, that did not serve your highest good, did not add value to you. Inviting people that may have been emotionally, physically abusive, financially abusive, people who have taken from you and not, added, like I said, to you. You have to really forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for your past. Forgive yourself for your ignorance, for things you just didn't know. Forgive yourself for the darkness, the things that you've lived and experienced. Forgive yourself when you knew better and didn't do better. It's time to forgive yourself. And that really is the first step to the process of healing, is forgiving yourself, right? You have to take into account is not only forgiving yourself, but forgiving your offender. And it's not easy because we carry so much pain and baggage in our lives and so much brokenness in our lives because A, we have not healed, and we haven't spent time healing, and we just move from one relationship to the next. As I said in the beginning of this video, we have, gotten over someone by getting under another, and that is the quickest step to disaster. Is when we have expectations that we place on other people for our healing. And here's the thing, Queens, it is our responsibility to heal. It's our responsibility to do our own work. And we have to do it, or we're going to continue in this broken, vicious cycle, attracting more broken people into our lives. So we have to do the work to heal. So, as I said, recap. First thing is forgiving yourself. The second thing is forgiving those who have hurt you. And that is a process. I'm not even going to cap and say that it happens overnight and it's just an easy feat. It's really not. It takes a lot of soul searching and a lot of work inwardly to really get to the core of why you believe that you deserve what you have experienced for the longest time that you have experienced it. It really is, again, getting down to the nitty-gritty of who you are and why you make the decisions that you do. And it really stems from the lack of self-love and self-care and self-worth. And that is why we tolerate people in our lives, whether it be a relationship, intimately, or a friendship. that we tolerate for years, and knowing that they don't serve our highest good, knowing that they don't make you feel good, knowing that you don't feel empowered, you don't feel inspired, you don't feel motivated when you have those connections with them, yet you tolerate it because somehow you feel that if you walk away from it, you will not be able to recover or attract, or your needs won't be met, the things that you desire won't be met. And that's just really coming from low self-esteem, which is low vibration, which will attract low quality peace. Gotta keep it real. And so we're going to forgive ourselves, and then we're going to forgive those who have hurt and offended us by really doing the work, discovering why we have allowed the things that we've allowed, why we've made the decisions that we made in our lives. And then we're going to take the action steps in order to heal. That may be turning away from all the distractions, really taking our eyes off of other people and looking inwardly on the inside of us. And this is what we do, ladies, and this is true. You do this. Whenever you're going through a heartbreak, and you're going through, your woes and whatnot, you actually enjoy the attention from other people, other men. You enjoy when someone's in your DMs, or someone pays you a compliment, or, someone's liking your status, and you think, okay, well, this is cool, it's innocent, it's fun. But really, we really start to look for it. We start to seek the attention of other people. We start to really do things that will get the attention of other people. And we know we do this, and it brings the wrong attention from the wrong people. And then we entertain the wrong person, and then we're back into a vicious cycle of heartache and heartbreak. That time that we've been set apart or separated from the person that we were with, it was an opportunity for us to regroup and really figure out, where we went wrong, and take some accountability for our actions, and really begin to repair our own heart and repair our own soul, right? Mind, will, and emotions, and really begin to rebuild our temple, right? Rebuild ourselves inwardly, and it will reflect on the outside. But we don't take that opportunity to do that because we know that that's hard work, and we know that it's just so many layers to us, right? So many things that we have to dig down into to discover and get to the root and the core of why we do what we do. And so we don't do that. We kind of sway, and we shift blame, and we never seem to take accountability for our actions. And then we just attract someone else into our lives to fill up our day, to fill up our timelines, to fill up our inboxes, to fill up our text messages, and still broken inside, and still repeating, and still being redundant, and still never growing, right? Because we haven't focused on our own head. So to get really over a bad breakup is to really focus on what you want in your life. What it is that you desire, what things that you've been praying for, what things that you've been working towards. I think oftentimes that we don't heal because we're so focused on putting so much attention on the other person and what they did to us, how they made us feel, what we really want from that person, our expectations of them, and we haven't met our own expectations. We declare and we speak things into existence, but then we continue to tolerate things in our lives that doesn't align with those declarations, doesn't align with our heart's desire, doesn't align with things that we want in our lives. So, sis, where do you desire to be? And what do you desire to see when you look at yourself in the mirror? You got to really tell yourself, and you got to really keep it real, because listen, if you continue to neglect you, everyone else that comes into your life is going to neglect you. You have to stop giving permission for people to come into your life and mistreat you and mishandle you, and you mismanage your own life because of it. You have to stop giving people the power to come into your life and leave you in ruins. You're too nice. And I'm not saying too nice in the sense where we shouldn't be kind, we shouldn't be nice, we should not be warm in our heart, warm in spirit. But I'm saying too nice as in you're being too gullible. And let's keep it real. You trust too much. You don't allow people to prove themselves. You don't allow people to show their fruit. You just see it and you call it good. But sometimes you have to really, really put, I would say, your third eye, but it's really your spiritual eye. Really put it on high focus and really see who you're dealing with. Because the pretty smile, the nice teeth, the nice hair, the nice body, the nice clothes, the nice career, the nice money, the nice car, the nice house, the nice children, the nice dog, whatever, it's a distraction sometimes for the things that we have prayed for, the things that we have desired. So go back to those desires of your heart. Really, sincerely go back to the desires of your own heart. I'm talking before you ever had a vision of a partner, a husband, a relationship or what have you. Before you had those outside desires, those things that are apart from you, before all of that, go back to that little girl who used to sit in her room and daydream about the day she meet her king. Go back to the day when you were writing in your journal about what type of man you desire and what you've been praying and asking God for. Go back to the time when you believed in yourself and you wouldn't settle for less. Go back to the time where you had self-worth and your value was at a high level because you knew who you were, not just in the flesh, but you knew who you were in the spirit. Go back to her, because I guarantee you that when you go back to her, you won't even have an eye for the F-boy. Sorry, saints. But I gotta keep it real. You wouldn't have an eye for, the bad boy. You wouldn't have an eye for the narcissistic man. You wouldn't have an eye for anybody that, looked the part, but deep down inside they're not going to do the part. You wouldn't even have an eye for it, because you have got all of that junk and stuff and purged, right? Purge that stuff out of your life. You've been detoxing and healing and doing the work and filling yourself up with love and self-care and grace and and goodness and and kindness and gentleness and the things that you really want to attract in your life. So you have to get back to you, and you must heal. You must heal. Why? It's not, as I said, because you want to attract another man in your life. You must heal, sis, because you have work to do. And in order for you to do your work, you have to be in the right mind. You have to be in the right body. You have to be in the right spirit. That is what rebuilding your temple is, mind, body, spirit. You have to really be whole, be sound, be wise. And I'm not saying that you're going to do everything perfectly, because you're not. And you're going to look at some brother and you're going to say he's attractive, but then your spirit is going to say, nah, he ain't it. He ain't it. But your flesh going to keep looking, knowing that smile is going to bring you some tears. Come on. So I want you to take time to heal and do your own work for you. Okay? So let me know how you feel about this message in the comments. This is just the first part of getting over a bad breakup, and we're going to dive into some more levels of why we attract what we do, which really stems from the brokenness sometimes in our childhood. So stay tuned for the next video, and listen, I want you all to be well, mind, body, and spirit. So let's get some work done in here, okay? So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so that you do not miss out on my next video. You all be well.